Hello and welcome to the Federal. Today, the focus of our discussion is the buzz films from Northeast India is creating in the national and international areas and its impact. Filmmaking, though, is not a new art in the region. Joymati, an Assamese film, was released in 1935, and that was the beginning of the region's film industry. But the industry remained more of a patient project of a few talented individuals for long, and barring a few Assamese and Manipuri films, works from the region did not get much recognition. This, however, seems to be changing. Of late, three distinctive patterns have emerged, and which underscored this change. Firstly, films from the Northeast are regularly getting rave reviews and even awards in the international and national film festivals. Secondly, the industry is expanding beyond Assamese and Manipuri films. For instance, Aimi Borua's Dimasa language movie, Sema Chord, or Sonak Kaur's Galo language film, Docho, and Pradeep Kurwa's Khasi film, Ludu, to name a few, got well acclaimed, promoting the rich linguistic diversity of the region. And the third and perhaps the most important phenomena is filmmakers and actors from the region are also started getting recognition for their works in Hindi language. There had been in the past there had been few initiatives by film directors from outside the region as well as from the region to showcase the Northeast, its people and culture to larger Hindi audience. But thanks to some recent films like Akhoni, Amis, and Anik, issues of the region are being projected before the pan India audience. So to discuss what prompted this turnaround and what does it mean for the regional film industry, we have with us Parthajit Borua, a filmmaker and film historian from the region. He has authored several academic books on films, including Face to Face, The Cinema of Adur Gopalakrishnan, Jyoti Prasad, Jaimati, Indra Malati, and Beyond History of Assamese Cinema, and a history of India's Northeast cinema, deconstructing the stereotypes. So, welcome to the show, Mr. Borua.
Thank you.
To,
Thank you so much.
to begin with, how do you see this latest development? Have the Northeastern films finally come out of its peripheral status? Are they being mainstream now?
First, I would like to thank you for organizing this live telecast on a very special subject, Northeast. One thing I would like to say that I am an Indian because I have the Indian passport. It is true that Northeast regions are there. There are 8 states in the Northeast. When we talk about the Northeast filmmakers or the Northeast films, I have the question because when I watch a film by Shyam Benegal, when I watch a film by Girish Kasarwali, when I watch a film by Adur Gopalakrishnan, when I watch a film by Gurudat, I never say that this is Kannada film, this is Telugu film, or that is Malayali film. We never say that because we always consider it as an Indian film. We always consider it as an Indian film because Adur Gopalakrishnan has never been considered as a filmmaker, as a Malayali filmmaker. He has an image in the world cinema. Similarly, coming
True.
back to the Northeast, when we talk about the Northeast, we need to know certain things about the Northeast.
So
In
do you think that
1950,
stereotyping is changing now?
yeah, that point I need to explain later on. But one thing I need to point out, that as we know that the first talkie in India in that was the Alam era in 1931, and that is what the Indian film historian have been writing. But one interesting episode has always been ignored, because when someone from Assam or someone from Manipur or someone from the Northeast write about that particular point, there is no space at the national media or the national narrative. The point is that in 1931, the first talkie was made. Interestingly, the father of Assamese cinema, what I have mentioned, the father of the Northeast cinema, Jyoti Prasad Agarwal, he went to Berlin in 1929, stayed there for 8 months, almost 8 months, at the great studio, film studio, UFA, and he submitted one Assamese script. He translated his own play, translated into English, and submitted at the UFA, asking and requesting them to make the film into Hindi. And that was not a silent film; that was a talkie. If that film, the name of the film was called "The Dance of Art," the Dance of Art,
Okay.
the Dance of Art. And interestingly, I just it would have been in Assamese, not in Hindi. Sorry, and that would have been the first talkie in India, not Alam Ara, because before that, no one ever tried going outside of country to make a talkie. And we, the Indian historian, have never tried to know that particular history. We have a rich and glorious history of the filmmaking. In spite of that, as Jyoti Prasad, when he made the first film, Jyoti Prasad, he tried and used the word not Assamese. He said that I want to bring the audience, Indian audience, know about the character, the history, the valiant, the brave, and courage of the lead actress called Joy Moti. That is the historical film. But with the time, when in the late 70s, that term Bollywood came in, 70s, 80s, 90s, and 70s, 90s, you can see that the whole Northeast has wrongly represented. There is one reason, because during that time in 80s and 90s, the conflict, armed struggle, insurgency rose up, and 80s and 90s, you know that due to many reasons, many cinema halls were shut down. And
In
Bollywood, without doing a research, the filmmakers, the script writers, they did not do sufficient research, and that's the reason why they misrepresented Northeast. We do not remember. I just like to say we do not need.
do they misrepresented Northeast or just ignored it? Because we didn't see, barring a few films by Kalpana Lajmi, we didn't see many Hindi films made against the backdrop of Northeast, isn't it?
Yeah, there is one reason we need to know one thing. When I talk about the Bollywood, the term Bollywood, I like to mention about the Ye Gulista Hamara. Ye Gulista Hamara, the film was set in Nagaland, and there was the song Mera Pas Aao, Mera Naam Aao. Aao is the name of the tribe in Nagaland,
Right.
and it was so misrepresented culturally that the Aao tribe protested, and finally the director has to remove the song from the film. Number
Yes.
one. And recently, we know that the film Anek is made. It was all on the insurgent, and there was a positive side of the film. The positive side, that the Indianness was there. But one technical mistake was there. The film was set in Nagaland, But in the vehicle, he wrote NE, Northeast, in the vehicle. It should have been, as in Delhi,
NL.
DL, no? The registration, the vehicle's
Yes.
registration will be DL. In Assam, it will be AS. In Nagaland,
Yes.
it is called NL.
NL.
But he clubbed all eight states together. So you have seen maybe in India some of the film festivals like IFFI or MIF. There is a package called Northeast Film Package.
Right.
Some curator are there who will curate and ask one Assamese filmmaker from Nagaland, from Mizoram. They curate the film. I do not like the term Northeast Film Package. What is it? Is it what is that? It is a creative work, and in creative work there is no package, and we have not seen that there is South Indian film package. We always look at uh, Kerala, Karnataka, and Tamil Nadu. Those we look at them separately. We do not compare the films of Malayali films with the Kannada films. We do not compare Kannada films with Tamil films or Telugu films.
So
They have
you were saying that it shouldn't be clubbed together. All the SMS film, Dimasa film, all shouldn't be clubbed together as Northeast film.
yeah, that's true. I do agree and do agree. If you look at one film called Pahuna, The Little Visitor, it was made by Priyanka Chopra, and Priyanka Chopra has one production house. And what interesting thing is that that film was selected at TIFF, matlab, Toronto International Film Festival. When the film was selected from Sikkim, as this film was made by Priyanka Chopra, in an interview, Priyanka Chopra said that Pahuna, which was made in 2017, was the first film from made in Sikkim, and this is a disturbed zone. This is a disturbed zone, and there was a huge cry from the public of Sikkim because among the 8 states, Sikkim is the only state that there is no violence, there is no insurgency, and finally, and finally, Priyanka Chopra has to give a public apology in the social media saying that I had a mistake. So if you have no idea or if you do not do research, thorough research, so you should not open your mouth. I do agree with you that there is a great change in terms of industry. When you talk about the film industry in the Northeast, basically we focus on Assam. There are almost 30 and 40 films are made in a year. On the other hand, in rest of the states, another state is Manipur. They are producing 10 to 12. Or in the other states, there are very few films. I have given the statistics in each year how many films are made in the in Northeast. In my book, I have given the statistics, and so I feel if I want to talk about the industry, the film industry will be applicable and relevant only in Assam. Otherwise, the film culture, we can, instead of the film industry, I would like to use the word film
Film culture.
culture.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
will be more apt.
yeah. I like to say that yeah, there is a big giant leap in terms of artistic meaning of the film in Northeast. There's a bigger growth of film culture in the Northeast. Recently, we know that in Arunachal Pradesh, the border of the China, there was an SRFTA, Arunachal Pradesh. SRFTA, another institute was is open. There are three. Central government has opened three film schools: FTA at Pune, SRFTA at Kolkata, and SRFTA at Itanagar. That is a good. That is a good vibe. That has been creating in the present time, and the young generations in whether in Assam or other rest of the country, they have gone at the reputed film schools to understand the 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 paradigms, the grammar, the technical terminologies, and the filmmaking at different prestigious film schools, either in India or abroad. And recently in Assam, what happened? There is a growth of commercial films. Though there is a growth of commercial film in 1980s in Assam, there was a commercial growth, and for that reason, it is called as the golden age of Assamese cinema, because people used to come to watch film in the theater by bus from remote places. And one of the very finest filmmaker, who is very expert and had a skilled filmmaker to pull the crowd. He is Munin Borua, passed away. He's a skilled filmmaker. But at the same time, when we talk about the film, we need to know the popular film, and at the same time, the film that does not may not do well at the film theater, at the theater, but they can win award at the international film festivals. So I want to say that recently, if you look at the Assamese film industry, uh, there is a big and leap. It's because there are many producers, which I like to use the word financiers, who do not have the production house, but we have the financiers. Here, the term is wrongly used. Financiers are always called as producers. So I'm using the word producers instead of the financiers for that reason. So there are many financiers. They are coming to produce the film. The almost budget is almost 5 crores, 5 crores to 10 crores. They have invested. This is These are the Assamese films that people never expected, that for an Assamese film, 10 crores or 8 crores or 5 crores, 6 crores will be invested. And luckily, 2, 3 Assamese film, they could pull crowd to the theater. That is a good sign in terms of the popular cinema. I'm using the word popular cinema. I'm not using the word good cinema. Yes.
So, what are the impacts of this new film culture upon general public outside the region? Are they, reinventing the national discourse on the Northeast? Because as you had earlier pointed out, that Northeast was misrepresented. So, are it's have these films able to change that?
I do agree. Yeah, the new films like Pavan's films, recent his films, Joseph's Son, and from Manipur, and Dominic Sangma's films Raptures, Pradip Kubar's films Ludo, and Rimada's films Village Rockstars, Bhaskar Hazarika's films Amis. They have traveled different national and international film festival. They have own critical appreciation from different film scholars, and even those films are there at the Cannes Film Festival international film as a category A category film festivals. So I do agree with you that there is a change among the people in terms of their mind in that sense, because uh, they means the Bollywood, we means the Northeast. This is a psychological divide, so we need to we need to answer them. And I think people are now changing. They are alert. Those who are well learned and well read, they are not using those kind of things. And because nowadays Adil Hussain, Rima Das, Pavan Kumar, Pradeep, Dominic, those filmmakers are always respected, not categorizing as Northeastern. They are the young voices of from the Northeast, and even from Sikkim, we have Karma Takapa, Prasant, and from Tripura, we know that there are three films of Burke language films were made. Even recently, Tribeni Ray from Sikkim, her film was selected.
Yes.
Yes, Tribeni films was selected in
Escape
NFDC.
of Momo.
Yes. So that's the reason why I think the whole atmosphere at the present time is blooming, and now uh, the filmmakers, the filmmaker from this region, intention of the filmmakers of this region is not to show the other part of our country that we are better. This is not. What is the target and aim and intention of the filmmaker is to tell the human story. It's a
True.
human story, human history that has the universal appeal. Who can connect? Look at the film, Project Kuber's film, Ludo. It's about the universal appeal. It's about the market. The market can be everywhere. It can be Kolkata, it can be Delhi, it can be Paris, it can be everywhere. So everyone can connect. Yes,
So we are running short of time. So one last question: can
yes.
this growth story be sustained without big commercial hits?
Yeah, I just said that there are two. When I talk about the films or films, there are two kind of films. Without the support of the popular cinema, there cannot be the film cultures in any way. Through a film club, screening good cinemas or world cinemas does not help to the growth of a film culture in a state, in a region. So I also agree with you that popular cinema, or what we call commercial cinema, is must for the survival of an industry. And it is a good thing in Assam that some of the huge finances are coming and they are backing some of the filmmakers, and also the filmmakers are giving justice to those films. At the same time, popular cinema has a time limitation. No? They have a time limitation for the appreciation. But the good cinema, Sagarole Bohudur and Ishano, whatever the good films, those films has an universal appeal. They are great film. They do not have. They cannot be. They cannot be pulled away with time, snatched away by time. So time cannot kill those good cinema. They are the classics. So I want to say that for the growth of the cinema, popular or commercial cinema is must. Yes.
Okay, with that note, we'll end our show here. Thank you so much for joining.